Well, let's put it in this particular context. I think across the world, people are moving away from the post-World War II colonial systems where certain infrastructure were put across, including education, for instance. The question we ask ourselves is how much have we moved from that session? So, for instance, I'm a lecturer. I teach at the university. I expect my students to go out there, learn a lot, and then come and present it to me.
Practical stuff.
Practical stuff. So whenever you are changing this mood, right, for the students to become what we call a participatory approach, then we see there's a certain lack of, because from the basic you've been taught of like sit down, let me teach you everything on the board. So it's like you take from an instructional mode. Now you've come to a session where it becomes a more of participatory.
Is it you who's doing this, or it's cutting across?
It's cutting across.
Because generally people argue and say, listen, it's more theoretical than practical.
You see, that is the problem people do have. That is the problem people do have. See, it's more theoretical than practical. There are different types of courses that is done at the university level or at the tertiary level. Some has to do with the theoretical aspect. For instance, right now, if you take your phone and then, as you mentioned, that he says something and then you type, right? What do you see when you click OK?
You get information.
You get information. How is the information arranged? It's pure frequency that you've learned in GHS or on primary school, which is a theoretical background. Now, when you take your phone and then you are scrolling, now do you know the mathematics behind that? It comes with a lot of theories because people don't understand how the theories actually work, but it does work.
But do we have it in the right proportions, the right balance? I mean, theory without practicals is nothing. Because, for example, when you listen or follow the guys who do this National Science and Maths quiz, for example, they come and theoretically be able to, do so well. But when they get out there and they meet with people from other schools, when it comes to the practical application of things, we're always told that they're found wanting.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. But that still brings us to the same question. The same question is that there are barriers towards innovation in our jurisdiction.
So tell us about those barriers.
Okay, so as somebody who is actually in the academia, there was a study that was done by University of Southern California, and they interviewed about 1,432 CEOs across the United States. And these are the points that they made. First, according to the survey, the 5 barriers that they actually enumerated, one is lack of time.
Time?
Yes.
Explain that. When is the lack of time? What do you mean by lack of time?
Innovation takes time. Innovation takes a lot of thinking. Innovation takes a lot of vision. So, for instance, if you go to a lot of companies, you need a section that is called R&D. Research and development. And research and development are normally 5 years ahead of where the companies literally are. So people are thinking about your input output. But in the R&D session, you put in a lot of money, but you're going to realize the results in 5-10 years to come.